No, my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's here. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's here.
Good morning. I kind of need that song this morning because the struggle, y'all, is real this morning. That's why you see me sucking down this cup of coffee. So good morning. Hey, listen, here for our Thursday live this morning. Thank you for joining me. And I just have to say, today we're going to have a great topic. We're going to not only talk about your why, but we're going to talk about, more importantly, your what. But before I jump in to that topic, I got to say, I got some hilarious comments on Monday because I now have a background. I now have floor-to-ceiling shelves with lights at the top. And all of this was being built Monday morning as I was doing my live video. So I got a couple of comments from you saying, well, that was short, or hey, what are you doing? And so I posted pictures on IG and Facebook, and I'll do a behind the scenes once I get the entire sort of home studio set up. But yeah, that's why I had to make it quick, because these guys were here for 12 hours building this entire sort of library setup that I'll show you guys. So thanks for the funny comments. I also have gotten some great comments this week from you. And look, yeah, I'm humbled and grateful that you're finding this content helpful. Someone said it's keeping them motivated. He said he watches all the videos. Like, I am grateful that this is helping you. I'm grateful that you would allow me to have a few minutes of your time each week. And so I'm humbled by those comments. So thank you for those as well. All right, if you're wondering who's this crazy person on your screen, my name is Cicely Simpson. Consider me sort of your career secret weapon, if you will. I have spent 25 plus years in the legal field, in politics, and in corporate America, and I take all of that experience and come to you not only live videos with career tips and advice, but I also have a monthly coaching program where I teach 5 strategies that will change the trajectory of your career and skyrocket your growth. So, if you're new here, that's who I am. If you've seen these videos before, then good morning. Good to see you again. All right, so let's jump in. That's all the preliminaries. Everybody talks about your what? Everybody. I'm sorry, let me back up. Can you tell it's live video and coffee hadn't kicked in? Actually, I'm going to have another drink here. Sorry. All right, it's going to get my brain going at some point. Okay, let me back up. Everyone talks about your why, is what I meant to say. Oh, the coffee will kick in at some point. All right. Everyone talks about your why. You literally can Google like your why, and there's tons of information that comes up about it. Or last time I checked, there was. But very few people talk about your what. Okay? So your why, let's just put it to you this way. Your why is really what drives you. It's what gets you up in the morning. It's why you do what you do personally, professionally, and in every aspect of your career. And your why is very unique to you. I would submit to you this morning, your what is equally as unique to you, but it may not be as obvious. So here's what I mean by your what. Whenever you do, let's put it this way. If you go into a role, new job, maybe, you want to switch careers, even personally, I would say this lesson applies. Your what is know what you want to get out of what you're doing. Most people would say your what is something else, but for me, what I've learned, again, throughout my 25 plus year career is whether I'm doing something personally, if I join a volunteer board, or if I'm doing something with family or friends, or even more though, so in the career context, every job I've ever taken, I've learned over the years, know what you want to get out of that role. Because people say, well, how do you know if you were successful? Well, if you don't know what you want to get out of it, you're not going to know if you've actually accomplished what you set out to accomplish. So let me give you an example. When I worked for Dunkin' Donuts, yes, I have a lot of Dunkin' Donut cups. You see those? I have a ton of cups sitting around the house. But when I worked for Dunkin' Donuts, people say, why did you leave Congress and take that job? I took the Dunkin' job. First of all, it's an amazing company. Second of all, I knew what I wanted to get out of it. I had worked on the legislative and political side. I had never worked in corporate America. Always heard stories about corporate America, but I'd never worked in it, so I knew my what. I knew what I wanted to get out of that role. And I will tell you, I stayed there 7.5 years, and it was an amazing 7.5 years. But when it came to sort of the end of my tenure, my CEO, my boss, we all sort of agreed, have you answered that what? Like what you came here to get out of this role? And when I said yes, they were like, then we support you moving on if you decide you want to do so. That's what I mean by your what. You have to know what you are setting out to accomplish, what you are getting out of any particular endeavor that you decide to go into. Very similarly, Dunkin' was a great job for 7.5 years. When I left Dunkin' to work at the restaurant industry level, I got the same question. Why would you leave a great job? I mean, Dunkin's a great company. Why would you sort of, leave a great job and a comfortable job and one that you're very successful at and sort of jump into a frying pan, so to speak? And I said to those, folks who asked me that question, I know my what. I'd accomplished my what at Dunkin'. I knew what I took that job to accomplish. So my what had been reached. But my next what was I wanted to continue to be in a leadership role as I had been at Dunkin'. But I wanted to build a national profile. I wanted to be in a national role. I wanted to build my own personal brand, continue to do that. But I also wanted to challenge myself. Can I operate at a national level, in a national role, with Dunkin' being a company role and the restaurant industry being a full-on industry role, and obviously restaurants being the second largest private sector employer, at least back then they were, then I knew my what was I wanted a higher profile and a higher national role, and I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could operate at that level. That was my what. Know what you want to get out of your job, out of your role, out of a project you're working on, out of anything you do personally. When you know your what, that's when you're going to know if you are successful. Did you accomplish what you set out to accomplish? So I hope that's helpful for you this morning as you sort of think about your what. I know we're hearing a lot in the news. You probably maybe even have seen my videos with Eileen Ryan about the Great Resignation, the Great Reassessment. There's so much going on in the workforce right now. I would ask you, answer that question in any role you take, any job you're in, any project. And again, personally, what do you want to get out of what you're doing? What is your what? Once you answer that, you'll know when you'll be successful because you will have reached that point of, did I set out to accomplish what I said I wanted to get out of this endeavor? So ask yourself your what. Hopefully that's helpful to you. Listen, feel free to drop me comments below. I see a couple of folks are watching this morning. Thanks for joining live. Feel free to drop some comments below if you're watching this on the replay. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen there, please go to YouTube, subscribe to all my videos. There's a lot of content there that I've taped over the past year or so. It's all free, all there for you But as I leave you this morning, I really want you to think about that what, because it's still a principle I coach all of my clients on. Know your what. And that's when you're going to know if you've been successful. So have a great Thursday. Yes, I'm going to go get a refill. And I will see you on Monday, same time, same channel. Have a wonderful Thursday and a great weekend.